Since time immemorial, the peoples of Hydaelyn have dreamed of taking to the skies. And though some have managed the feat by beast or by spell, it wasn't until the creation of the airship that our peoples truly began to embrace the heavens. Using balloons filled with gas lighter than air, engines powered by ceruleum, and even ethereally charged wings and propellers to stay aloft. Airships act as many things, both symbols of freedom and oppression throughout the skies of Hydaelyn. Airships have only populated Hydaelyn but recently, and have already managed to have a storied history in her skies. It all began some 200 years ago with the Ixal of Xelphatal. Having been removed from their home in the Black Shroud, the Ixal took to mining and made a world for themselves in the mountains of Abelathia's spine. Eventually, a lone Ixal laborer struck a deposit of stone ore, and a blast of aerosolized ceruleum, a gas lighter than air, broke free. Seeing its use, the gas was captured and used in small pouches attached to goods to move supplies around. After decades of experimentation, the Ixal managed to create a bladder big enough to attach a basket able to carry a brave few aloft. However, there was no means to steer or control the crude aircraft, and for many years there was a limited use for them. Eventually, they were able to devise simple steering mechanisms that, while ineffective, allowed for limited controlled flights. Secrets can only last for so long, however, and nearly a century before the Calamity, an Ixal ship crashed in Gridania and was captured by the God's Quiver. A Lalafelian merchant named Tatanora purchased the wreckage, reverse engineering it to create the first rudimentary Chocobo coaches. Using the coaches to transport goods across the realm, Tatanora made a fortune. Too small to haul people, however, this marked only another step forwards towards the modern airship in Eorzean. Half a world away, a different step towards control for the skies began. On the continent of Ilsabard, in the nation of Garlemald, an inventor developed an engine powered not by steam, but by combusting ceruleum. The legatus and future ruler of Garlemald, Solus Zos Galvus, took note of this creation and used it to spur on new technological innovations. Engineers and designers came up with a design not unlike the Ixal's gas-filled balloons, but combined it with their ceruleum engine-powered wings to create directional propulsion, and thus the first true modern airship was born. These airships were used by Garlemald to dominate its neighbors, becoming a symbol of terror and oppression for the nations of Ilsabard. And in time, all would fall before the aeronautical might of the Garlean armada. Back in Eorzea, over 40 years after purchasing the wreckage of the Ixal dirigible, Tatanora, with his accrued wealth and the help of an Ixalian friend, created the first Eorzean airship. Using sails for basic propulsion, though slow, they were at least capable of carrying passengers. With this new innovation in tow, Tatanora founded the High Wind Skyways. Too costly for use by the common folk, initially airships were mainly used as pleasure cruises for the wealthy, but as time went on, they would see more and more widespread use. The rest of the world, however, came to fear the skies, as Garlemald had continued to develop fearsome and yet greater machines of war. First Dalmasca, then most of Othard fell to their onslaught, and greater terrors were yet to come. 10 years before the Calamity, the Agrius, flagship of the Garlean Empire and mobile colossus, tore into the skies of Eorzea. Its mission was to act as a spearhead of a Garlean invasion. If not for the unseen arrival of Midgardsormr at the Battle of Silvertear Skies, and their mutual annihilation, the entire continent of Eorzea would likely have been conquered. It was in these years that the son of one of Garlemald's greatest minds, Cid Garlean, defected to Eorzea on his personally designed and crafted airship, the Enterprise, and with him brought not only a wealth of engineering experience, but a specific concept for a ceruleum-powered airship that could be built in his new home of Eorzea. Founding the Garland Ironworks, he made it his mission to spread his wealth of technical knowledge to the masses, adhering to his company's new doctrine of freedom through technology. Teaming up with the Highwind Skyways to create his Bronco-class airship, proving immensely popular and easy to create, the Bronco spread quickly throughout Eorzea, creating a network of airships to carry goods and peoples across the land. Right as this spread hit its zenith, though, Garlemald began a renewed invasion of Eorzea. It began shooting any and all aircraft out of the sky, civilian or not. And in the face of this, Highwind Skyways halted all service, and the sight of free airships in Eorzean skies became exceedingly rare until the Calamity. Such devastation was wrought upon the land that for a time a certain level of peace was known in the skies. Well, for most of Eorzea anyways. Since the start of the 7th Astral Era, many innovations have come to the fore. Creations such as the Mana Cutter, a personal-sized airship that runs on the power of corrupted crystals, and the developments out of Ishgard by the Skysteel Manufactory, such as their new flagship, the Protector. Beyond this is the cultural rise of those who would chart and plunder the skies. Sky pirates, as they are known, have begun to crop up, though their propensity for altruism or selfishness is still up in the air, as it were. And yet new things come from the merging of old ideas, as those of Dezul Kolan strive to combine the best of Ixal and Eorzean airships to reach new heights. Truly, the future is vast and wide open with the possibility of innovation. Airships have marked a threshold of change that those of Hydaelyn cannot turn back from, interconnecting worlds of culture, goods, and her peoples. As with all tools, airships are a product of those who use them. To many, flight is a tool for freedom, while to others, a weapon of domination. And for a few, simply a way home. This content was brought to you by the Eorzean Archives. If you enjoyed this video, help us please the 12 by leaving a like and subscribing for new content every Thursday. And comment down below with any topic you'd like to see our archons cover in the future. For even more content, discussion, and exclusives, please check out our Discord and consider supporting us on Patreon.